Last time on Boobs and Blades, Episode 7, A Map in Passing. Our adventurers took a short rest in the cave, healing from their wounds. They searched the rest of the cave to find a healing spring fed by a waterfall, and by chance, they found a chest filled with coin. Once they exited the cave, they looked back at the map that they had retrieved from inside. But when they glanced upon it, the image of the map was gone. They tried a few things, such as walking into the cave to see if the cave gave the map its magical properties. But in the end, Storm pulled out the vial of reddish-brown liquid he had retrieved from inside and placed a few drops at the corner of the map. Soon, part of the map was revealed, and they realized that this liquid was the key to unveiling the contents of it. They made their way to the town of Fedlam to find a more secure area to rest. They transcribed the map onto a normal piece of paper to have a copy without using all of the liquid. And from there, the group took turns taking watch. Nothing unusual occurred, although that in itself was unusual. There was hardly a sound or a sight of any creatures. It left the night unnerving, almost daunting. As soon as light broke the horizon, they hitched up their horses to the cart and made their way to Adi in a rush. By nightfall, making good time, they arrived in the small town between Fedlam and Adi. They encountered a man who had been tossed out of a tavern and pushed the doors open, yelling, "How dare you insult me, cow!" making his way back inside. They took a short break to switch out their horses and give themselves a moment to catch their breath. Storm and Whiskey went inside the tavern just to see what this altercation was about, and perhaps grab a drink or two before they continued traveling throughout the night. Apparently, the altercation was between two farmers who raised cattle, saying that theirs was better than the others, and these fights always happened at least several times a week. Once they grabbed their drinks and had that short conversation with the barkeep, they made their way back to the road, heading towards Adi. As the sun rose over the hills, the group saw the town within their sights, the northern walls packed with tents and peoples bustling around, starting their day. The group slowed their pace and entered the northern gate. They had noticed that there were several horses hitched to the outside of the jailhouse, one of which was in plated armor. They stopped briefly at the courthouse to let Storm and Brappy inform Peacekeeper Leamonte of their findings, as Whiskey, Pyru, and Daria took the cart to the Golden Cat to get some rest, exhausted from their travels. Leamonte was finalizing paperwork as Storm and Brappy came up to him. He heard Storm out and looked at the scroll, letters, and the copy of the map. He stared intently at these and called over a guard. He told the guard something in a whisper, and the guard ran out of the door quickly. Leamonte looked back over at Storm and Brappy and told them once their group rested that they should all immediately make their way back here to his office chambers. What did Leamonte tell the guard that made him rush off so quickly? Will the group be able to stop General Raid and the goblins from incurring their wrath like they did in hometown and Fedlam? Find out now. The game is afoot. So there you go. You see the 7 horses outside, and one of them is in plated armor, hitched up to hitching posts there. So,
God, I sound like a little girl.
Okay. Do we are there windows we can see through? Like, can we see anyone inside there?
In the jailhouse? No, you've asked this several times. There are no windows.
Well,
He's just wondering if you changed your mind.
It is the
Yeah.
after all.
I want to see if you forget. No. All right. Well, fucking. I don't care. All right.
You guys
I'm
decide what you
gonna-
want to do. I'm just
Yeah.
giving you
So-
the lay of the land.
Well.
Are we going to go find the others? Hopefully they got us a room. Or rooms.
Yeah. Let's go. The golden cat. We can come back and let them know that we need to come back in the morning.
So as you guys make your way
Roppy,
to,
are you going to join us at the Golden Cat?
um,
Oh, you're staying there, aren't you?
yes, I have my own room there. Luckily, I paid out for the week, so pretty lucky in that end. But I'm gonna stop by the library really quick, and then I'll make my way to the tavern. But
What's a
which,
library?
You know, the
Library,
library
what
is right
for?
across the way from the tavern.
Did you say what's a library?
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm?
Well, what for? Why are you going to the library, Broppy?
That doesn't answer my question.
What was Broppy saying?
He's hoping
Explain it
to get information about the goblins and stuff because I'm not all completely familiar. I do know that they're pretty uncommon here, so I want to see what the last occurrence maybe was and why there were hobgoblins and bugbears, because from my understanding, they normally don't converse with one another on normal standards.
That's probably a good idea.
So
You have fun with that.
So you guys make your way to the Golden Cat, which you pass through the marketplace, and just as I had described to Pyru and Whiskey, it is very bustled and busy.
Do we see our
More than
cart and the
usual?
horses anywhere?
No, they would have been traveling to the tavern at this point. Like while you guys were talking to Peacekeeper
I'm just making sure
Leamonte-
they didn't just ditch them somewhere.
Oh no, they did not.
Hitched them outside the inn, didn't they?
Yes, cuckoo. Yes,
Yes.
But
So sad.
so, but
I
you
assume we're just
see
making
the area's very busy in here. So
I assume. I mean, I'm just making a beeline for the Golden Cat.
okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Daria's
So you guys
Just
make
following
your
along.
way.
on
Yep.
on the walk there. I'm just gonna say, so Daria, you don't know what a library is. Where are you from? I may ask.
Water.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. I miss it.
Really?
Yes.
Why are you not in the water still?
There's no water here. Obviously.
All right, let's go inside.
So you guys make your way
That was
into
my intent that conversation for the day.
yeah. So you guys make your way into the tavern. It's probably been about an hour or so since they had walked
Right.
in there, and some of the patrons have left. It's not quite as busy as it was before. So it seems like people are starting to mill about their own business. Outside, you saw a lot of people prepping market stalls and everything for the festival, which is just a couple days away. So you are now in the Golden Cat, and Broppy went across the way to the library.
Right.
So we go, I guess, over to the bartender.
Yeah. Anyone of particular? Anyone here that seems like that we haven't seen around?
I mean, there's just some more adventures that you're not quite familiar with. You just know that there are a lot of adventures usually here for the clearing out coalition, basically, and you see a few other patrons and stuff. But yes, that is what you see.
Oh no, it's like the table of the table of ladies.
Table of ladies.
The ones that I attempted flirting with.
Yeah, the
Oh.
cute tiefling.
Yeah.
But
I
don't think-
they are busy in conversation, so
Yeah. I'm just going to the bar.
yeah,
From
you've
my
been
memory,
up
I
for quite a
didn't-
while.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care. Bartender.
Have you seen our friends?
You mean the small half orc and the tabaxi?
Yes.
Yes. I briefly saw them. They did purchase a room upstairs. Up
And,
to the. Go ahead.
They purchased a room.
Yes, our last room.
Your last. You don't have any more room.
No. With Miroslav here, we book out pretty quickly. Luckily enough, we had one for your companions at least.
Well,
Did they mention anything about us?
No, they did not. They just walked in here, plopped their head on the table, and asked for a room, and paid and went upstairs.
how many
What room is
beds
it?
are in? Yes.
It's just up the stairs, to the right, a couple doors down.
All right. Let's go wake them up.
Yep.
So,
Just
as you
good.
make your way up the stairs and everything, the second door on the right is the door that holds whiskey and pyru. It is unlocked because you guys didn't say you locked it. So,
I'm just gonna kick it open.
Don't be rude.
But,
Would I notice
wait.
it? With how tired I am, would I notice it?
Oh yeah, perception.
it would be passive perception, and technically, Storm, are you really kicking the door in?
Yes. I'm gonna
Uh,
I don't want to bust it, so I'm gonna
Unlatch
know,
it, then kick it.
unlatch it, turn it, but I just want to kick the door open dramatically and loudly.
He just wanted to do a B&E.
So how do we roll a passive perception?
it's just what
It's on your sheet.
on your
You don't
sheet
roll,
technically.
right?
Oh, it's a
Don't roll.
13.
Yeah. Yep. But it's pretty loud, like. And Storm was trying to be quiet, but he kicks the door open. You just hear a, and
Mine's not. My
Except
passive
louder.
perception's 11.
So I assume you guys wake up with a little bit of a jolt at first. But I don't know what you guys do after. So commence.
What? Okay, well, I don't know how they react, but I just go, I can't wait to sleep in my own.
I just
Well.
look over at them out the corner of my eye and glare, and then promptly turn around and curl up and go back to sleep.
This wouldn't have happened if you had told the bartender about us.
Yeah.
But you do see there are two beds and one of them is unoccupied.
And yeah,
I don't look
gesture to
up. You just see a bundle of like something buried underneath the blanket.
I assume that's whiskey next to you, Pyro.
Now that I know where the room is, I'm going to go downstairs and... Is there a place we can leave the horses to be looked? I kind of want to return that one horse.
Oh, okay.
Tyra, how close are you to whiskey?
I don't know. I'd say pretty close.
She's a cuddler, remember?
Or remember what we talked about last session?
Yes, but you're wrapped up in the blankets.
Oh, that's true. Well, she's right next to me, sleeping in and underneath a blanket. So
Dear God, what are we talking about?
I'm a little worried.
I'm a little.
You're fine at the moment. Like, see, what I imagine is that because you can still be curled up in blankets and still not be able to touch the person next to you.
Okay, got it.
So, anyway,
What?
Okay.
Daria.
So Daria, you're leaving?
I want to take care of the horses. They just left them hitched up outside.
Correct.
Okay,
Like,
since I wasn't,
that's
I
not
wasn't
okay.
there-
Fine.
I wasn't there when we got these. Did we rent these horses?
We rented one,
Uh,
the other one's Whiskey's.
Oh, okay.
So I would like to return the one we rented and see if there's like a stable or something we can leave the other one to be looked after.
Okay.
You know, so it could be eating and everything.
Yes. You go downstairs. Are you gonna ask the barkeep about where a stable is, basically, or are you gonna go return the one horse and ask where the stable is from that person?
I'm gonna go return the one horse and then ask the person.
Okay. Sure
All
enough, you walk to the shop that you went to last time, and you see a few people storing their horses. I can't think of the right boarding their horses
Yes.
in the stable there itself as well. You see the person that you had purchased the horse from renting, and you return the horse to him. And he's like, "Oh, great! I hope Stanley was helpful for you."
Yes, it would have been more helpful if I knew his name was Stanley before, though. How much does it cost to board a horse here?
It costs 1 silver a day.
All right, I hand over 1 silver
Okay.
for Whiskey's horse.
Whiskey's horse. All right. Not a problem at all. So he takes the silver and you hand him the reins for Whiskey's horse, and he has one of his young pupils come over and take the horse to one of the stables behind the main area. So
Okay. Perfect. All right, I go back to the.
Side note, I was about to offer Daria the bed and just sleep on the floor, but then she left with no explanation. So I'm just passed out on the bed now.
It's okay, I'll push you over. So I go back to the bar.
Yep.
Okay, I go up the stairs.
Okay.
And then I do exactly what Whiskey did when he opened the door.
Oh.
You mean
You
Storm.
Storm.
Storm, yes. I'm gonna unlatch it and kick it open.
I like how nobody's decided to lock the door. It's pretty great.
Okay. So
And then I go, oh.
Fuck.
So
Fuck you is muttered
I
from
ha- I
underneath the
took
blankets.
I took out Bite and had him on my chest as I was laying him back, so I think he might go flying a little bit.
You just jump off a little
But
bit.
just go, and Bite kind of squeaks, flies a little bit. in my lap.
Does some somersaults.
Yeah.
So,
God.
Then I'm gonna close the door behind me and lock it.
okay. So you guys get your full nights of rest, and it's about, because it was early morning when you first arrived into town. A couple hours had passed. It was like mid-morning, and it is now towards later afternoon, like 3 o'clock-ish, probably 3 o'clock, something like that. You guys wake up. Whiskey, you're one of the first people to wake up, following by
And just for the record,
Pyru,
I
Storm,
did-
and-
make Storm move over
Okay.
Wait,
slightly.
is Pyro like attached to me now?
She's attached to the blankets, like around your arm,
Okay.
but not like.
Just 5 more minutes.
I would have just, since I was woken up I was pretty conscious when Daria came back in. And when she tries to get in the bed, I just go on the floor with a bedroll to sleep there. Because
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
used to that anyway. And I don't like
Yeah.
sleeping next to people.
Okay.
All right. So you guys wake up, as I said, Whiskey, then Pyru, then Storm and Daria. You both kind of wake up at the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So do you guys make your way to go straight towards
Make our way
Lemonte, or are you going to
downtown.
do a couple other things?
Breakfast.
Whiskey, as a side note, your backpack, as you wake up, you see a faint glow from your backpack again. So,
Oh.
Hmm.
More shit to go pick up. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, that.
So yes, you guys wake up, and what do you do?
I'm heading down to grab a bite.
Go
Food
downstairs to
sounds
check on the
great.
cart
Okay.
because I realized I took the horse.
I thought you
I left the
would
cart.
take the cart also there.
Yeah, sure. We'll say I took the cart there too.
There you go.
In which case, I'm just gonna get food.
Okay. You go downstairs, you order some food from the barkeep. You see, right where you guys had first seen him, in the corner by the fireplace.
Hmm.
Favorite look. All right, I'll head over to him.
You already
He
beat
He
you
does.
to it.
He does have some food on the table, and the barkeep is getting the order placed, basically. And sure enough, not too long after, a serving person, I'm not going to say wench because I can't recall if that's the correct term or not, or if that's just a term that we technically use nowadays.
Barmaid?
But barmaid?
Yeah.
Barmaid,
sure.
I think, is
Barmaid.
the word you're looking for now.
Thank you.
Bar.
Only serving lunch here is cat.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that is literally your title
That's true.
in Discord.
That's true. It is known.
In what?
In Discord,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
all adventurers, and she's the serving wench.
The barmaid brings over the food for all of you guys over at that corner table. You guys eat your food. Are you guys having any sort of conversation? I don't
well,
know.
yeah.
so-
I'm gonna walk up to Broppy and just say, "So, reading man, you learn anything useful last night or last morning?"
At the library.
The library.
I'm not a morning conversationalist, so I'm just eating my food and drinking coffee.
Having fun isn't hard if you've got a library card.
It's still too early.
I point towards Pyro. Actually, did Daria put in a thing to get? Did she have to wait for an order for her, or?
You guys
For what?
like got food all together,
Oh.
basically.
No. I mean, like at the store where last
Oh
time.
yes.
So she
It was the necklace.
Okay.
And you got
Yeah, I got a cloak. I already have the boots.
Guys, did you know Daria
Us.
doesn't know what a library is?
I know what a library is. I'm
How
not
could she
some
not know
inbred.
that?
Did you know that Storm is a dick?
I'm just saying, it's
Well, he is male.
really unusual.
I
Not many
mean,
Well, you could have just explained it.
Broppy explained it.
Yeah, after you just stood there like a library. Huh.
Oh no, I wanted
Yeah.
I wanted him to take you to it.
well,
That was
I don't
mean.
mean to impede on your conversation, but Daria, our items are done at the store, so
All right.
I thought we could go pick those up, and then probably I'm probably gonna go to the bathhouse. I need a bath.
I will go do that with
Please.
you. Not take a bath. I mean, just go there.
Storm, Daria, you guys do know that the Peacekeeper did want to talk to you
Mhm.
basically immediately,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you guys want to clean up, you guys can clean up because you guys did travel and probably have some blood on you guys.
Don't
Unless
smell very good either.
unless
I
Whiskey
imagine.
All right.
prestidigitation
No.
clean you guys up technically.
No.
I don't know. So
All right.
Thanks.
So,
Um,
to answer your question, though, Storm, about what Broppy read in the library,
Mhm.
he says that basically, like, hobgoblins are rarely found, like, in communities when they're not in command of, like, the goblins and bugbears. So it's actually not as unusual as he had thought. But it's
Mhm.
usually only in, like, civilized goblinoid communities. And that's something that hasn't really been seen or heard of for many years, at least in Draconicus. It's more It's a bit more common in the northern country, Ahiban.
Real quick, Lauren. I don't like. I mean, we haven't had a lot of discussion about the residents of Storm's home country.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, because I imagine goblins being common there, would that be acceptable?
Yeah.
Or that would make sense.
Yes, that would.
'Cause I feel like I imagine that like this kind of thing wouldn't really be news to Storm. Like he knows a
Yes.
thing or two about goblin habit.
Correct.
He's secretly a goblin.
Secretly, two goblins on top of each other.
Oh,
Two goblins.
wearing a
That's a
wearing
different kind of
a
story.
fur suit.
Okay.
Are you
wearing a fur
God
suit.
damn it, cat!
You finish up your meal as Broppy was informing you guys about the hobgoblins. That's really the only key piece of information that seemed unusual and different in the fact of the civilized goblinoid communities and stuff. Otherwise, you know the basic thing of normally they don't interact with one another for the most part.
I could have. That's too bad. I could have told you all that, mate. And Daria and I would have told the others that we should head to the Lawmaster quickly.
Yeah, it's up to you guys what you guys want to do now.
Do we have time to bathe beforehand? Or?
I mean, you can. He doesn't know exactly when to expect you guys. He just told you guys to come as soon as you guys were rested. So, but
I mean,
if
he said
means
come
to
as
get
soon as we
watered too, that's up to you.
Yeah,
said
resting
as soon
on
as we
feel-
were ready. So
I
You guys
feel
want
like
to
we are
bathe?
not ready.
if you guys want to bathe, it's fine. He just said come when you're ready. So
Let's bathe.
already. Need shower.
Who's doing what right now then?
Bathhouse.
Yep.
Well,
We can pick up our items after we talk to him.
fine. I'm gonna swing by and then meet him at the bathhouse just real quick to pick him up.
Okay.
I'll go with whiskey.
Okay.
Sorry.
Broppy is gonna just meet you guys over near the courthouse. He's got a few of his own errands to run really quick. So Daria and Pyru, you make your way towards the bathhouse that you asked the barkeep where it was. It's a little bit past the marketplace to the north. Just a few doors down, up from the marketplace, off to the northwestern side of it.
Gotcha.
So you guys get to the bathhouse. It's not too packed since it's the middle of the day. Right now, usually they're busier either early in the morning or night. So you guys are just walking up to the counter and go for it. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Hello.
Just kind of looking around at everything.
Is this where we take baths?
There's a lady at the counter, and she's like, "Yes, it is. How may I help you today?"
Wait, did we swing
We
by
would like
and
to take a bath.
Well, we have a few different commodities. We have the public house and private rooms. Which were you interested in?
Private? Wait, is there... I'm assuming there's a cost difference.
Yes. So the communal is going to be 2 silver pieces, and the private is going to be 9 silver pieces.
Each or total?
It is the 2 silver pieces for per person, and the private room is 9 silver pieces for the room.
Let's
Okay.
do the
And
private room.
that's our start private room. We do have a couple of other expanded ones, and everything, and the cost will go up from there.
Pro, fit for 4 people. Pro, 35.
How many persons can use the private room?
Privately.
About 3 comfortably, 4 a little cramped, I suppose.
That should
Close
be
enough.
fine.
All right. So I've got 5 silver.
I have plenty. So if you just want to, here's 4.
So you pay for your 9 silver. And
Yes.
she actually takes you to the private room. Are you saying this time that you have others coming?
Yes.
And then we have a couple more to our party.
Okay. You describe what everybody looks like, and she takes you down a corridor and opens the door to the bathhouse. And what you see is a couple of changing wall areas, like I can't think. Do you know what I'm trying
Changing
to say?
screen.
Yes, a changing screen
Ah.
area. On a couple of corner areas, and then you see a large pool area, like a large bath area that you can take a couple steps and walk into, and it has a couple of potted plants in the corner, and the steam is kind of rising from the bathhouse,
Gotcha.
from the tub. So it's a pretty basic yet kind of elegant appearance. A little bit of marble inlays in sections.
Okay. Close off in the water.
And now we are going to Whiskey and Storm. You make your way south towards Boggles and Gadgets. You see the familiar sign. It has a magical kind of animation to part of the sign where there's a wand that lights up every so often and a piece
Fancy.
of armor dotting on it. It says Boggles and Gadgets, and you walk inside.
Have I been here?
No, you have not.
Like I know I have been here when I played, but the storm has never been here.
Correct. Storm has
Okay.
never been there.
Okay.
I walk up to the counter and I'm like, hello, I'm here to pick up an item.
And this time at the counter, you actually see kind of a younger man, probably in his late 20s, early 30s or so. And he has a little bit of a brown beard, like it's not too long or anything. A little bit of actually gray hair starting to grow in his beard. It's like, can I see your papers?
Yes, you may. And I reach into my bag and I pull them out.
He grabs them. He's like, yes, custom order. Just give me 1 moment to go grab these. He goes back into the room.
Good looking.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit a little on the scrawny side, kind of thin, but he does have a kind of a nice looking face, especially with kind of like the speckled gray hair in his beard and in his hair in general.
It's like a nice, well, kind of almost neatly trimmed beard. Is that what I'm imagining here?
Yes.
Shapely.
Yeah. So it kind of fills out his face a little bit, but it still shows that he's a little bit on the thinner side.
So what is in here? No.
I don't know.
Well, you see a couple of shields, an axe, a spear, and a couple of boots, a couple of cloaks, kind of throughout the area, and some amulets as well. A couple of rings and bracelets, a little bit of kind of everything. And they do have some description stuff on them, but it looks like it's a little bit emptied compared to normal. Whiskey, you would say that at least since last time you were there.
Yeah. Storm, this is a magic shop. It's where I bought I bought Daria something. I bought something for myself.
Yeah.
So.
What did you get here?
Oh, I got a cloak. What was it?
It was a cloak of
Ridiculous.
blur, basically.
Oh, okay.
A modified, like a minor cloak of blur. So that's what she got. But sure enough, as you say that, you see him come out, and he has the cloak kind of wrapped up, folded neatly, and the amulet on top, the necklace with the with no.
Pearl.
What color?
No, there's just a bead. There's just a bead. Sorry,
Just
there
a
was
bead? Okay.
Yes, because because Pearl has Daria has the necklace with her current pearl on it, and he has the other. I think it's also
Okay.
pearl.
Yeah.
What color
there?
is cloak?
The cloak. I would assume that you would have
I would have asked for like
said what it was. So.
yeah, black with maybe blue on the inside, or
Okay, like a model blue on the inside. Okay.
yeah, like a two-sided cloak I could turn inside out if I wanted to.
Turn inside out. That.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, well, here you go. So I hope my modifications to the items here are to your liking.
I kind of lean against the counter and was like, "Oh, so you're the enchanter of these items?"
Yes, I am. My name's Gary.
Gary.
You know, I actually didn't expect that to be your name. But
That's fine.
yes.
Gary over here.
Oh
Jerry.
The name's Whiskey. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, and I hope to come back soon.
Yeah. Because I'm assuming Storm is giggling a little bit about it. I feel like that's what Storm would do.
Well, okay. It would,
no.
in this world, is Gary a weird and hilariously unusual name? I don't know.
It's a very like generic name. Like it doesn't. Yeah. It's
Okay. So is it funny for the exact same reason it is in our world?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay, then I was face palming because at Whiskey's flirting, and now I'm trying to contain my guffawing.
I kind of like jab him in the side with my elbow, and I'm just like, sorry for my companion's rudeness.
That's okay. I get it a lot. I know Gary's not a very wizard-like name, and you see him kind of like a little kind of saddened by this. Like he gets this a lot.
Gary.
I mean, I think it's perfect. I mean, honestly, it could be worse.
Wow.
Jesus.
You could be named after an alcoholic drink.
But that's why at least part of the shop's name is Gadgets, because I'm Gary Gadgets. And
No.
That is adorable.
Your parents named you that.
I kind of glare at him like, fuck up.
I'm trying to pass it off as legitimate interest.
How well did did that work?
Oh god. Do I have to roll?
Do diplomacy.
Yeah.
Deception or
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy?
wow.
I mean, I'm trying to not be.
A dick?
Where's diplomacy?
Where is?
It's not technically diplomacy.
Persuasion.
Or performance?
Persuasion, charisma.
Sorry, they diplomacy is an older edition style.
I keep thinking that.
I know. It would. What would it be? It would be technically it's a persuasion. We'll just say that it is a wisdom check.
Oh, would it be charisma though?
sorry, charisma. Sorry, I was
Thank God.
looking at perception. Charisma. Sorry, my bad.
Nice. Okay. Thank God.
So a
Apparently
9.
not much.
Um,
Jesus.
I mean, you kind of come across, but as kind of like, really, like, but he can't tell if it's
Wait,
from like.
Eric,
That's
do
interesting.
you
to,
have
like,
any
ask.
plus to your charisma, or
Yeah, it's
Well,
a
it should
2.
have added it automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
It already did.
you hit persuasion? Because
I
that's
hit
a
charisma.
I asked
saving.
for a
She asked
charisma.
for
Yeah.
charisma.
Okay.
Yeah, I just asked for a straight charisma.
Okay.
Because he's not really trying to persuade him. It's just how he's coming across.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes. So anyway, yes, Gary Gadgets is the name of this wizard
I
part
love it.
of it.
So, Mr. Gadgets, I'm quite intrigued. Mr. Gadgets, can I call you that? Mr. Gadgets, GG. Is that acceptable? What do you go by?
I'll facepalm right now. That's I don't say that aloud. I really do.
Gadgets is just fine.
Gadget. I am quite intrigued by the items my friend has purchased from you, and I actually have more money than I've had in quite some time. I wonder if there's anything you might think a rogue would find interesting or useful.
A
Sure.
rogue. I like how you're like, my class.
I don't know.
Um,
A roguish type, someone of
So
roguish
basically,
career
that's
interest.
what he is. He's a sneak thief.
He's a rake and
I'm
he
not-
knows it.
I'm not ashamed of it.
Whiskey, you
That's
should now have the
scary.
item in your
Oh,
inventory. So
Magical items.
yes.
Cool.
So
Which cost me a lot of money.
yeah, that's a lot.
Oh god. See if I can
But,
afford it.
It was pretty expensive, yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
it depends on what you might be looking exactly. I mean, there's a lot of works. I have some stuff here. The majority of our wares is actually over in the marketplace where we have a stall set up for Miroslav.
oh,
That's where most of our items are. I've been crafting up a storm, I suppose.
Wow.
That
No pun intended. I really didn't mean to
I know you
after
didn't.
I said it.
'Cause he doesn't know my name, so.
I grin like a cheeky motherfucker. I'm just like,
Well, that sounds right up my alley. I'll stop by, check it out. Thank you, Mr.
Not a problem.
Gad.
because he's an alley cat.
God damn it!
So,
I did not hear that.
so
Lucky for
after
you.
this, you make your way to the bathhouse, and I assume, right?
Well,
Or are you gonna stop?
I kind of want to stop it. Whiskey can go on ahead. I'm not dying to take a bath. I'll stop at that booth real quick.
Okay.
Unless you want.
I
But
bid
if you want to
I
come back to the
bid
bathhouse.
Gary a farewell.
I'm glad you guys like Gary.
And I wink. I wink before I walk out.
Wow.
Right.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. He did inform like what shop it would be at. So Whiskey, were you stopping at the shop as well or no? Sorry.
No, I am continuing on.
The shop. I changed my mind. Sorry.
Moving
Okay, so
on.
you're
Moving
going
on.
up to the bathhouse. You are. It's gonna be one of the first large stalls there. It's like it has sections where you can access it from 3 sides to the public. So it's a large stall. So that's indicated there with its double decker size, basically. But there you see another man at the shop, and it is actually a dwarf manning the shop here. kind of burly. He's got like some orange hair, beard. Like he has some gray hair also speckled throughout his braided beard, and part of his hair is partially braided as well on the sides and tied up into a kind of bun behind his head.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. How can I help you? Sorry, my voice is suck. He
Whatever.
talks in a very deep tone.
You're trying.
So he talks in a very deep dwarvish tone, and I can't do accents, but it sounds like a little kind of Scottish Irish in a way. I know that's two different things, but
Yeah.
I know, but like combine those two accents, and that is it is.
The typical dwarf accent.
Uh-huh.
Right. Good
Yes.
evening. Gumblade.
That's weird.
Storm did it better.
Yeah.
I know, I wasn't trying.
Good evening. How are you?
You sound like a Muppet.
Look,
Waka waka waka.
So he goes, how can I help you?
I've just been to the Bobbles and Bungles.
Boggles and gadgets.
Yes, that one. I've just stopped
yes.
there. You told me that most of those items were here. I just thought I'd pop by and.
Yes.
Let me-
Well, Gary runs the main shop, and I help run more the more merchandise area. I'm the Boggles. Gary's cute of the name.
Oh.
So your name is.
Brinestone Boggle.
Well then.
You do not disappoint. So. And I offer my hand and just say Storm.
Storm, it's good to meet you. And he like shakes your hand. I assume that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah. Well, then I stabbed him. No, just kidding. Yes, I offer my hand to shake. I'm just very excited to find that yes, his name is just as interesting as Gary Gadget. It was. Can you tell me how to spell that, Lauren?
Yeah, I'll let you know later.
Oh, okay. Well, can you say it again
Yeah,
then?
it's
So I can write it down.
Brinestone. Brinestone.
Right, but what was his first name?
That's his first name.
That's his first name.
Oh, Brinestone and Boggles.
Rhinestone
Right.
boggles.
Boggles. Yeah. Okay.
It boggles the
Okay.
mind.
Oh god, Storm's gonna try very hard to resist making that pun, but no promise. Right. Well, what do I see in front of me?
So,
What
what do you
else?
see? Trying to get to my.
What do you
List.
FIC?
I was prepared this time.
There you go.
So what you see are several, like a tray of like several rings in it, and you also see a couple of boots, necklaces. You actually see a few pieces of papers that kind of look like charms. You also see a couple of what looks like glasses, like to wear glasses. Yep. You also see a fork. I know it's unusual.
Oh.
You see a fork.
A dingle hopper.
Exactly.
Yep. And then you also see what looks like a mechanical kind of bird and a couple of other metal like items made out of metal that resemble different animals, and a couple of wands as well. Wands. Yes.
Huns.
Rons.
Huns.
Ron Weasley. But yes.
All right. Okay.
all the stuff. And they
I'm
have like
gonna-
cloaks and everything, so it's obviously more stocked. And you can see him like he's still like putting some of the items out and everything.
I'm gonna point to these spectacles. What can you tell me about these?
So with these lens of straight creeping,
Go on.
He's liking it.
you're able to see footprints, tracks, or markings of any kind in. Sorry, I'm trying to read my writing. In a busy area, like you're able to track them a bit easier and distinguish things once per day, basically.
How much would something like that run?
That costs 700 gold pieces.
You don't want to know how expensive our shit was. I'm not there, but you know.
Yeah.
We told you.
I see. Yeah. Before I run for my life, what about the boots? Do they do anything other than look quite nice?
They are boots that allow you to jump a little bit further than you normally would be able to.
Mm.
So it basically allows you to move a greater distance. They're boots, Springer boots.
Those boots are made for jumping.
And that's just what they'll do.
God damn it. Ooh, bae. And I have to ask, what to do with these little metal creatures here?
These little creatures. I personally like this mockingbird here.
Oh.
As you can assume, mockingbird. Well, it allows a person to emulate any person's voice for an hour. And use it up to like 5 times.
A day or total?
No, total. Before it's no
Oh.
longer functional.
Imagine that's quite a pretty penny for.
It's I think it's at a steal for just right around 200 gold.
Oh god.
Actually, much lower than I expected.
Yeah, actually.
And still too much.
I don't say that part though.
Oh, also,
Fascinating.
sorry, the Springer boots, it also increases land speed by like 10 feet. That's the other part that I forgot to mention.
Well, all very tempting purchases. I
Sorry.
think I'm just going to do a bit more browsing throughout the marketplace.
Yes, well, we will have more selection as Miroslav comes closer on the first day, which is just a couple of days away, and we'll have a little bit more in stock and more of a variety. But if there's anything specifically you might be looking for, I'll see what Gary can get together and bring on over.
You do custom.
Yes, we do custom orders.
Ah.
They're a little bit more expensive sometimes, depending on what you're trying to import on them.
Sure.
That was a little high pitched.
Well, I'm sure I'll be employing your business for that soon. Well, I've got to go.
Runs away.
Rethink my life.
Runs away. He can't afford any of that.
So you go
it was
to
a
the
pleasure,
marketplace.
Phoebe.
I'm not marketplace. You go to
The
the
bathhouse.
bathhouse.
I-
It's great to see you. Hope to see you around and maybe purchase something in the next few days. Miroslav
next
does
few
last quite a
days,
while,
yes.
so
Next few days, that's definitely when that's going to happen.
All right. So as you
God, I
make
want
your
those
way,
spectacles though.
as you make your way to the bathhouse, you Whiskey. You also greeted by the lady up front, and she takes you to the private chamber area where you see Daria and Pyru, I assume, still in the bath because it's too long.
Yeah.
And about 10 minutes behind or so, Storm also come in, being greeted by the lady and everything into your guys' chamber.
Yep.
And there, we're going to take a short little break. So stay tuned.
Naked.
Wait,
So-
y'all are.
I just want it to be known that I was naked first.
So we'll be right back and see you momentarily. Hey everyone, welcome to our halftime break. Our players are just taking a short respite as they need to grab some water, use the facilities, whatever it may be. So we'll get back to the video momentarily. But I did want to thank you for watching us right now. We're starting out a new D&D group, if you couldn't tell from all of our technical issues that we've been having live. I've never been the best tech-savvy person, so I'm trying to do the best I can. But to make up for it, we're going to be doing some in-depth recap videos of what happened in our actual sessions. Those should be up hopefully in the next week, on the weekend. I just got back from Disney World, and so my time has been pretty limited this past weekend to try and get it up, being in a hotel. The video, the stream is pretty difficult to run on hotel internet. So once again, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best that I can, especially with my 70-hour work weeks that I do for work, and I'm away those 5 days on internet hotel. So once again, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch us. And if you have any feedback, give it to us. You can contact us on Twitter at BoobsnBlades. That will be in a link down below. We should be getting this also on YouTube. You can contact us there for BoobsnBlades. Get a link for that too. And we also have a Gmail, boobsnblades@gmail.com. So any feedback, whether it be technical or how D&D is run exactly, I'm still pretty new at DMing these sessions, doing the best I can, especially with it being a homebrew. And yeah, so thank you once again. I also want to thank a friend of mine, Bill Hines, for our intro music he created for us. We love it and everything, and we should get a few more things taken care of over the next couple of months, and hopefully we get to play a bit more as well and more on a frequent schedule. Being adults and our jobs pretty fluctuating with our hours and everything, it's been difficult for us to find the time where we can all come together and set some time aside. So hopefully that will get better organized soon, and we'll get back to our live video momentarily. Thank you. Welcome back to second half of the session. We're going a little bit longer than we have been lately, so thanks for staying with us. Everybody, you were all in the bathhouse. So,
Bathhouse.
Splash, I was taking a bath. Do 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 do.
All right. So Storm has not taken a bath.
Ever.
Have you not bathed before?
I bathed all had servants bathing me.
Wait,
believe.
what?
Wow.
So what you're saying is you're uncomfortable with being in a room filled with naked other people.
Perfect.
of mixed gender.
That. I'm perfectly comfortable with that.
He just doesn't like having to do the work himself.
I'm
you're
just not
nasty.
overly fond of water, is all. I mean,
Dunk him.
You're
just
the
gonna go,
genasi. You have the power over that.
I'm just gonna start to gingerly climb in.
With your clothes off.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Can I use
I don't know.
prestidigitation to splash them with water?
Can you do that with prestidigitation?
I don't know.
I thought it was more of an appearance thing.
Goddamn.
I
That's
mean,
okay.
Could be
I'll
wrong.
use shape water to slap him with water.
all right, well, I'm in the process of getting bite out of his bag.
And now you're wet.
Fuck!
Oh my.
God damn it!
And Bite is also kind of drenched.
Oh.
And you kind of see him like in Whiskey's hand going like chittering, like angrily, like basically. So
God damn it! Who you? I'm pointing at Daria.
I wave.
Bite doesn't like water, but I make him take a bath. Look how grimy his little furry.
Wow. Just
You're
wow.
starting to lose your white sheen. Oh, just a little bit, and I'm gonna like kind of scrub him with my fingers and. Ow! Fuck.
What am I witnessing?
Bite. It's okay. It's okay. Ow! Damn it.
So you guys enjoy your guys' bath for the time that it takes. I don't know if you guys want to do anything else.
I stay for like 5 minutes tops.
Okay.
Oh, I relish in it. I'm just like, oh my god.
I get out and I kind of shake wildly.
Oh God. Heat
Smell like wet cat.
Mm. I can't say anything because I smell the same.
The water actually had like a little bit of a nice kind of florally, citrusy kind of smell to it. Wasn't just water, but it's very subtle. So
Smells so unnatural. I need to pat myself in dust.
as you guys finish up your bath and everything, you guys get dressed. You guys making your way to the courthouse then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To the north. So you make your way to the courthouse. Actually, one moment. Sorry, I got to change this
worries.
around a little bit. Actually, no. There. But so now as you guys walk up to the courthouse, you glance over towards the jailhouse and you only see one horse there now, in plated. All the other horses that were hitched there are no longer there.
Oh.
So it's the same plated armor horse as
Yes.
Weren't
As
there,
earlier today is the same.
Oh yeah,
day.
right.
weren't there lots more horses there before?
A bit curious.
Hmm.
Maybe they have the day off.
Perhaps.
You might be right. Well, Let's check in with his face real quick.
What's his face? Okay.
Do you guys remember his name?
No.
Lamont?
Yes,
Lamont.
Lamont. Peacekeeper Leamonte.
Call him what's his face.
Oh shoot. Hey
So-
Lauren, real quick.
Yes.
Real quick. What was the name of those those spectacles?
Those spectacles were called
I meant to ask you before
Lens
the
of Straight Creeping.
Okay.
So he only creeps on straight people?
That would be better than.
Or do I only creep on females because that would make me straight? Which way does it go? Okay.
So in doing so, you walk into the courthouse, and there's not too many people really there. The guards that are usually there at the entrance to kind of help guide people
Correct.
to where they need to go in the courthouse and everything. But otherwise, there's only a couple of people really around with some paperwork and everything. It's pretty empty because Miroslav is just around the corner, and a lot of the hunting of the monsters has ended. So, as you guys enter, one of the guards to the right, a dragonborn of copper, a copper dragonborn, comes up, a little bit broadly built and everything. He comes up, he's like, he asks if one of you guys were Storm. He's like, are you one of you guys Storm?
That would be me.
Well, Peacekeeper Leamonte wanted us to take you to his private office chambers. So if you'll follow me. So he guides you down the courthouse, and now you guys get a much better apparent glance at the whole courthouse, because you've only just briefly entered the courthouse area before, just where the adventurers would meet. And you see that it's mostly made out of like marbles and stones, and very nice red rug that goes down the main entranceway, and everything else giving off a kind of white gray appearance. You see some cloth flag like material that drapes down along some of the walls with the town's symbol for Adi, and also takes you down into a hallway area that you make a right, a left, and like another right, and sure enough, you see the office door for Peacekeeper Leamonte, and he's in there at his table, kind of cleaning up a little bit, and the door is open for you guys, and the guard knocks on the door, and he's like, Peacekeeper Leamonte, the adventuring party you asked about is here, and he walks away now.
We step inside, I guess.
I mean, does he let us in? Does he?
Yeah, he goes, come in. Sorry.
We were just kind of waiting for a reaction from him.
Sorry. My bad. I
Oh.
forgot. I have like 7 people to control. So, at this point, as you guys enter in, you see that there is a couch area as well, 2 couches and a couple of single chairs around a coffee table area, and you see him kind of cleaning up paperwork at a table that's kind of been filled across the whole table and doesn't seem to really have any sort of organization. And he picks all these up and pushes the papers that he has to the side, and he's like, come sit here at the couch area, basically, where he can like converse with you, and he takes one of the chairs.
Comfy.
So
Well,
So we all sit.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Well, I brought them all as you asked me to. I made them
Yes,
aware.
thank you. So, as you say, oh, yes, that reminds me.
Mm.
And he kind of like turns to the side and towards a door that's off in the corner to the left-hand side. And he goes, Commander, if you will. And you see a lean bronze dragonborn walking into the chambers from the side door. He has like half-plated armor on, and his horns like are very sleek going back. Which here we go. Here's this. This is what he like, more or less. So
Oh, very nice.
very kind of elegant,
Oh,
and
God.
if you guys can roll
Look at them
a
thighs.
look at them thighs. If you can roll a perception check. Yes. He's very broad-shouldered
Oh shit!
and
I made a good perception.
whoa, stupid. Thank
well,
you. Siri,
good
but
compared to everyone.
Oh shit!
Wow, you suck.
Wow.
Okay.
Special.
So, wow. Okay. Jeez.
First rolls of the day, and we suck.
Mm,
So, but
God damn you, dice.
actually, I
he's
made the
he's a sorry, I didn't mean to say bronze. He's a red dragon. He has frills along the side of his face and two sleek horns pointing slightly up in a curve. And he has like a small horn on his nose with full-plated armor. And on his right pauldron, Storm, you notice that there is a symbol on it. Actually, you all notice that there's a symbol on it. And symbol, what it is the shape of a star with the two, like the top and the bottom, elongated, larger than the right and the left part of the star, and a ring that kind of goes through the whole star lake that it's overlaid on. And that's what you guys see. And roll a
History.
History check. Yep, history. Exactly what I wanted. I wrote something down.
Oh,
Dang. Dang.
Yay!
The three of us know, I think.
I rolled great for my thing I should do, Gwendolyn.
But
Nah.
you know that this symbol represents well, everyone except for Storm. You've seen this a lot, like when you were in Dryce, but you never really took too much notice. But everyone
Yeah.
else, Daria, Whiskey, and Pyru, you know that this symbol actually represents the King's Army or the King's Guard.
Oh, okay. So like special forces.
Basically.
the people to avoid.
Hmm.
Peacekeeper Leamonte glances over. He's like, this is Commander Milbar. If you want to roll a knowledge check for me now.
Commander what now?
Milbar.
Milbar.
Milba.
Knowledge?
Yes.
Knowledge? What would I don't see that.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry.
Why are you going back to 3? To 3?
It's 2.5 in Pathfinder. So
Is it intelligence? maybe?
we'll just say it's
Insight?
History?
history again, basically.
Do I have to roll again?
Yes.
Wait, shit, did I just roll?
Oh.
my god.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Wait, no, that was I rolled
Yeah.
twice, sorry.
I know.
Yeah.
So Daria,
Wow,
you got a
but that's
12.
bad.
Whiskey, you got a 6. Storm, a 7, and Pyru an 11. Okay. So
she's
We
just
don't
like, I
know
don't
shit.
know what to do.
Poor guy. I just
We know he's
don't-
important, but we
name?
don't quite know.
yeah, this name does not ring a bell to any of you. If you feel like it should, but it doesn't.
Except for
feel like
Storm.
he-
And Whiskey. They're just like, huh?
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't even know that it should.
Yeah.
I
No, I
don't know.
mean, this is a feeling you all get.
Okay.
So much information. Anyway,
Out the window.
out the window.
Good
So-
evening, sir.
Peacekeeper. So he comes up. He's like, "It's well met." And he takes the other chair next to Peacekeeper Leamonte. He sits down. A little bit of clattering from his half plate and his sword at his side.
Mm-hmm.
Peacekeeper Leamonte goes, "This is Commander Milbar. Do you guys know
Not a
who
clue.
he is at all?" Okay, introductions are in order then.
I'm
Commander
just
Milbar.
to say, yeah.
Commander Milbar, these group adventurers are people I mentioned earlier. There's Storm, Daria, Whiskey, Pyru, and their
other
new
one.
companion, Brappy. They've been getting clearing out some monsters in the area in preparations for Miroslav, per usual for Adi. Although they entered a contract, I suppose, with Brappy to gather information for a town that apparently people have disappeared, as I mentioned earlier, and they came across goblins, hobgoblins, bugbears near the town of Fedlam. Everyone, this is Commander Milbar. He is a guard who's made a name for himself in the king's army.
A good name or a bad name?
A good name. He's pretty young for his age. Sorry, pretty young for his.
I wasn't
rank.
gonna say anything.
Shut up. He's pretty young for his ranking because, as you guys know, like out of Peacekeeper Commander, it takes several years to get to be a commander. So
Very well met, sir.
Peacekeeper Leamonte continues. He is passing through town, helping a little bit for Miroslav, and then continuing on his mission that he has.
A mission?
But this,
It is.
yes, it's a private mission for the king. I'm not gonna divulge into it. That's up to his privy whether or not he wants to inform you. But
Well, I mean,
but I felt that this information you brought, we could get some insight from him and see what to do about this.
Well, thank you for taking your time to speak with us, because based off of what we saw and heard, it seems like it might be very important. Especially
So-
with Miroslav right around the corner.
Yes, well, I'm glad I can give any input and insight, but it sounds like there's a group of beings coming to attack Adi from what Peacekeeper Leamonte explained to me and from what letters you guys received. And is there anything else that you can tell me?
I mean,
We're not entirely sure, but it seems like they are doing research and experiments with some sort of weapon that could pose quite a danger.
not only that, but they were, when we first entered the cave, they were taking orders from somebody talking through a magical device, like a black hole
Yes.
almost. Didn't get everything that they were talking about, but they were definitely talking about attacking here.
This
Something
seems
about
bigger than just
reinforcements.
goblins.
More or less told you everything we know. Which
Yeah. I mean, we destroyed one of their devices that they were using to travel back and forth between places. I mean, God knows how they were able to create that. I mean, to be honest, I don't
Did we
think
mention? Yeah,
goblins
I
are
hope
that
we-
smart.
This is definitely beyond goblin work.
It's true, and he kind of like leans over and like has his arm on his thigh now. He's like, "True, goblins don't tend to be that inclined for something so
Elaborate.
advanced."
I can say from personal experience, goblins are rarely so organized.
I mean, they're
True,
sneaky,
true.
but they're not like straight out. From what I've heard from adventurers wandering, like they're not straight out, trying to plan attacks on several different places. It seems a little bit too big for them.
I agree with that. I think you said that this group is going to be arriving on the outskirts of town near a hill or something from your map.
Yes.
Which I assume you show him what the map looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we give him it?
You took the papers. Well, that's up to you. If you gave them to Peacekeeper Leamonte, we never
I think
stated.
we
if
did
said.
because we have a copy of our own, right?
Well, you have the original.
I have
you
the
gave him
original.
copy.
Mhm.
Oh, we have the original, so we gave him a copy.
Yeah.
So okay, sorry. So he
So-
has the paper. Lamont just gives him, and he puts it out on the table. He's like, "This here is Do you guys want to see the map?"
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Isn't it under?
There. I'm just gonna do show so that way.
I mean, Whiskey's going
Yeah.
entirely off of their combat situation and also like any stories he might have heard from, living in a tavern.
So there's that dotted line that goes down from the cave area. What looks like to be a hill is like this hill is about an hour's way. No, more like 2 hours horse ride out of town to the northwest.
Hmm. So not too
And
far.
not too far, but far enough if they're gonna try and come in on foot. That would be easy sign, but it's not something that can be easily seen directly from the town itself. So it's some sort of strategic placement there in that area.
I mean,
What?
whatever
Well
magic
thought
they're
out.
using, I don't know if they have to take it inside the city or maybe they're going to use it there.
Daria, just as a reminder, because I know it's been a while, you do remember there being a hill outside of Fedlam and there being indentations in the ground where something heavy had been laid upon.
But how far away was that?
That was about an hour or two out of town from Fedlam.
Okay, so they really... Alright, so I tell them that could actually be where they're planning to attack from. Went from another... we're investigating the other town about an hour or two outside. There was signs of a camp. And a place where something heavy was resting.
I believe if I'm remembering correctly, aren't they attacking tomorrow?
So they will be there in 2 days. So you have 1 day for any preparations, basically, Eve. Because currently, it is the 29th of Ches. Ches, the month of Ches. And the eve of Miroslav is on the first day of Tarsak.
So we know they're going to attack in 2 days' time. It might be beneficial to have someone as a sentry keeping watch for them, or to see if maybe they're already there.
So, as Daria was, have we explained to them like dimensions of the weapon?
Yeah.
So we're talking about it like right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, you
But
guys don't know much
before-
about the weapon.
We
in
just know
general.
it is something.
There's something though.
As Daria pointed out, I think it's likely that this weapon they're speaking of can be used at a very long range from a high enough vantage point.
Like, I don't think
Like the hill that they're meeting at.
that's very true, because I don't think, like, even with how many goblins and hobgoblins and bugbears were in that cave, and I don't know how many more they have, I don't think they would be bold enough to kind of want to come into such a populated city.
Without something to back them up.
Especially with so many adventurers here right now.
And Milbar kind of like leans back in his chair against it and kind of ponders for a second. He's like, from what it sounds like is that they're going to use this weapon, and he kind of like looks at the letters that were in Abyssal and use it as a way to either wipe out the whole town or at least call it down, because they've never done it on something a large scale as Adi, as he like looked at the many names on the scrolls and everything.
I mean, they've been testing it, so and that's unnerving.
I agree, but if they're gonna use it on town, and the reinforcements that they have that they're gathering at the till, maybe it's back up if the weapon isn't fully successful for the whole town, and there'll be an invasion afterwards.
They did seem to be having some trouble with getting it to work all the time. Sometimes it wiped out the entire population, but sometimes there will be stragglers.
Exactly. If that's the case, I think if you're willing, I will also grab my men that I have with me, as well as asking Peacekeeper Leamonte for other adventures, and yourself as well, if you would help out on a attack against these beings that are going to be here in a couple of days.
I will.
I will, but I think if we're going to do this, we need to move stealthily. We need to not, kind of show our cards. They don't know that we know, I think. At least that's what I think.
Well, that's why I suggested having a scout or someone keep an eye on the area until everyone is in position.
That's a good point, Pyro. I'll have one of my men, one of my scouts, survey the area and see what he can find, and we'll devise a plan, maybe, and come back tomorrow, the day before the eve of Miroslav.
Yes.
That's a mouthful.
What?
The eve of Miroslav.
What troubles me most is this weapon seems to be one of sheer force. I mean, no buildings were ever destroyed, or at least in the town we inspected. So whatever it does is very strange.
Wouldn't hurt to have some magic users, or whatever it could take.
Yes, to detect.
Yes, that's my hope with, and he points towards, like, puts his hand towards, like, Peacekeeper Leamonte is like, that maybe some of the adventurers might be able to fill in where we are running low, because we only have so many towns guard, and they're going to try and
of course
keep the city safe itself.
I could recommend back at the tavern we were staying in, there's a group of ladies there who seem to hold their own. They might be interested if you ask them.
A Peacekeeper's like thinking, he's like, do you remember any of their names?
God, what was their name?
He was too busy staring at her boobs.
No,
I think one
I was not.
No, they're talking about me.
I'm talking about it.
I think one was Kit.
It was Kay.
Wow!
It was definitely Kits. Yeah.
They had a tiefling with them, kind of mischievous.
It was a tiefling, a dragonborn, a half elf, I believe.
What was the last one? Was it a human?
God, it's so long ago.
I think
It's been a while, Lauren. It's been a while.
I know. That's what notes are for, guys.
I don't have my notes.
It was only
I
a few
don't
days
have
ago.
those notes with me.
In game.
Actually, it was more
My
like
notes are
5 days
because I was taking
ago,
notes on something
4 days
entirely
ago?
different back then.
So, he's like, I think I know who you're talking about. There was a tabaxi, a dragonborn. Yes.
What the fuck? I don't remember.
Tabaxi, a dragonborn, tiefling, and an elf. Most of their party were magically inclined, too.
Sure.
I'll go back to my papers and get their names and try and get a hold of them, but I'll see who I can gather for this. But the commander's like, I think we'll have to come back and regroup tomorrow with everybody who are able to gather and get whatever information my scout will be able to retrieve, and we'll make a plan there and strike before they can.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
And
With
with that,
We're
we're going to
done.
end the session.
what?
So,
God.
guys, that was a fun time shopping and going to the spa.
We're just spa
and sleeping, and then talking about war and combat and strategic stuff. Hey now, not like
You're a rock
every
star?
day. Every day for an hey now you're anyway.
Wow.
Not every day can be just filled with slicing and dicing people.
And
You gotta
murder.
have a
Yep.
normal day.
Yep.
I mean, we did have
True.
like 3 sessions of goblin killing. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, but
Oh my god,
thank
this
you.
is getting like large scale.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Around the corner from episode 10. Surprised that we're actually going this
Holy
well.
shit.
And
Yeah.
Yay.
I did want to thank, again, my friend Bill Hines for the intro music, and we're hoping to get more music from him as well. Anyway, thank you, everybody. And does somebody want to close us out?
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
This is Whiskey, and
There you go.
I'm totally yeah.
Whiskey approves this message.
I approve this message. Sponsored by Meat.
Meet more.
Are you sure it's not sponsored by Gary?
It's Gary.
That's what I-
This is Whiskey, and I would like to just say this message is now sponsored by Gary Gadgets and his